Hi students, in this module we are going to understand the concept of perception. So the perception is another aspect of cognitive behavior. To understand individual, we look at, as we understood earlier, beliefs, values and attitudes, and also the perception of individual. So the perception is something related to what we see depends on ours, right? So you can see the top right side corner. Sometimes we see something and we perceive it differently by looking at the row on the way in a dark. So we just perceive that it is a snake, like that. What I see, it depends on my perception, right? So further, if you just look at the purpose of this perception class, right? It is very useful because always the perception is away from reality. Reality is something else. Truth is something else. But whatever we perceive that, we believe that that's right. Right? So here you can see the link among all these things. So beliefs, values, attitudes, and perceptions. So when you change the way you look at the things you look at change. Right? So the way you look at the things, accordingly you just see the object. So that is the perceptions. So in this module we are going to learn the basic concept of attitude. So this I will explain with the support of some pictures. Right. So if you see the pictures here, there is a kind of picture. So when you change the way you look at the things you look at change. The same logic you can apply here. You can see that the perception about this picture. So what do you see here? Is it the cheetah, or it is head of cheetah, or something else? It depends on you, how you perceive it, because you see by color and then shape and then things that are there in this picture. Eye is there, ear is there, and then nose is there, right? And something, mouth is there. So all are there. But at the same time, if you see some other dimension, that it is like a painting on a hand, right? That also you can perceive that. Here, what you see that, so that is going to appear. So that is the perceptions. So if you just look at, so we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So that is the same thing what we understood. Similarly, you can feel the same thing when you look at the perceptions. So if you see further, this is the picture. So where you can see all the rounds, right? If you see closely, if you just look at any one circle, you feel that it is moving, right? It is moving, but actually it is not moving, right? It depends on how you see the picture. So further, if you see this one, right, what is happening there, right? It is a perfect circle, it is upscale, or if it is ground. It depends on from where you just look at that and then analyze the picture, so that appears into your mind. So here, if you see this picture, how many triangles are there? It depends on your the way you look at this picture. So it depends on your perceptions. Right? You can count number. So somebody says that there are 3, somebody says 4 or 5, 9. So it depends on you. Okay. So then at the end, if you just look at the meaning of the perceptions. So the perception is how we view and interpret the events and then situation in the world about us. right? So what is it important? Why? Because the people behave is based on their perception, what reality is, not on reality itself, right? According to individual perception, they think that they know the reality, and whatever they know, that is the reality. So in this way, you can see that the perception has a major role at workplace to decide and determine what is what. So in this context, so you just see the importance of the perception at workplace. The people behavior depends on the perception, right? So with this, let me stop here, and thank you very much. So we look forward to meet you in the next video. Thank you.